Fourth Grade Subtraction Strategies by Amelia Rose. What does it mean for students to have computational fluency in multi-digit subtraction? In this lesson, you will learn how to subtract multi-digit numbers by using flexible, efficient, and accurate strategies. The NCTM Principle and Standards of School of Mathematics defines computational fluency as having efficient, flexible, and accurate methods for computing. Let's review. When subtracting multi-digit numbers, there are different strategies students may use. It's important for students to have strong number sense and place value skills in order to be efficient at most strategies. There are a couple misunderstandings. One misunderstanding is that the U.S. algorithm is always the most efficient to solve a multi-digit problem. Students should be flexible in their thinking. If students use only the U.S. standard algorithm, they might not be using the most efficient strategy for a specific type of problem. If students are flexible in their thinking, they fully understand numbers, how they work, the relationship between numbers, and how to change or adjust numbers in a way that makes sense. Another misunderstanding is that there are many different strategies used to solve a multi-digit subtraction problem. In investigations, there are only 4 different strategies for solving subtraction problems, but students may record or represent them in different ways. The Common Core State Standard is connected to students' previous work with subtraction strategies and isn't just limited to the U.S. standard algorithm. In 3rd grade, Standard 3 NBTA2 states students should be able to fluently add and subtract within 1,000 using strategies and algorithms based on place value, properties of operations, and/or the relationship between addition and subtraction. The standards for mathematical practice describe how students should engage in the mathematical concepts and skills that are stated in the Common Core State Standards. The standards for mathematical practice that this topic connects to are Standards 1 and 6. Standard 1 states, students should be able to make sense of problems and persevere in solving them. Standard 6 states, students should be able to attend to precision. We will be looking at different strategies presented in investigations to solve subtraction problems. To make students' thinking visible, make a chart of the strategies that you see and teach. When deciding what strategies a student is going to use, he or she must be able to think about the relationship of the numbers, know the meaning of subtraction, and choose a strategy he or she can complete efficiently and accurately. Subtracting in parts may also be called subtracting one number in parts, because usually a student only breaks apart the second number. This is often done by place value. Adding up or subtracting back is when a student represents the distance between two numbers on a number line. When adding up, a student starts with a smaller number and adds until he or she reaches the larger number. The student then goes back and counts the jumps made. When subtracting back, a student starts with a larger number and subtracts until he or she reaches a smaller number, then goes back and counts the jumps made. When changing the numbers, a student changes one or both numbers to landmark numbers or friendly numbers. The student then finds the difference between the two numbers. Sabrina knew she subtracted too much, so she had to compensate by adding 8 back on. Ursula adjusted both numbers, which can sometimes be a challenge in subtraction because she has to understand clearly what the changes mean to both numbers to complete it correctly. To use this strategy, students have to be able to visualize what is happening, then adjust appropriately. The U.S. standard algorithm is studied and taught in investigations after students have become fluent in their own methods for solving problems. We want students to have a solid foundation and understanding of the number system before using the standard algorithm so that they are flexible in their thinking and can make sense of procedures. We want them to have flexibility in solving problems, as one method may fit a specific problem better than another method. On pages CC 41 and CC 42 in Investigations in the Common Core State Standards, Grade 4, students study each step of the U.S. algorithm. When looking at the numbers in expanded form and the equivalent notation that results from regrouping the numbers, students have the opportunity to make sense of the algorithm. For more information on the strategies shown, please look in your Investigation Student Math Handbook, your Unit 5 Landmarks and Large Numbers, and Investigations in the Common Core State Standards. In this lesson, you learned how to subtract multi-digit numbers by using flexible, efficient, and accurate strategies.